They came for Marcus Hill on a Tuesday morning, while he was fixing a porch step outside the little house he'd owned for 32 years. 68 years old, grease on his hands, thinking about picking up his granddaughter from school. That was the life he knew. Then a deputy handed him papers claiming fraud, obstruction, theft tied to a property case he barely understood. His daughter cried at the kitchen table. His granddaughter asked if Grandpa was going to jail. And Marcus, a man who had served in the army, paid taxes, buried a wife, stood there silent because for the first time in his life, truth did not sound strong enough. By the time he walked into court, he was already being treated like a liar. The prosecutor called him manipulative, said he forged documents to steal land from a development company. His own court-appointed lawyer barely looked at him. And the judge leaned back with that little smile, that smile people wear when they've decided who you are before you speak. When Marcus asked to address the court, the judge laughed and said, "You think you know the law, Mr. Hill?" The room laughed with him. Even the clerk lowered her head to hide a grin. But Marcus had come for more than himself. That land held his daughter's home. His granddaughter slept there. If he lost, they lost everything. The prosecutor paraded witnesses. Papers were waved around. Words like criminal, deception, abuse. Every objection from Marcus was shut down. Sit down. Be quiet. Stop wasting this court's time. At one point, the judge threatened contempt when Marcus said one exhibit was altered. The judge smirked and told him, "You are not the attorney here." Then Marcus stood anyway. His voice shook, but not from fear. From anger held too long. He said the deed they called fake carried an old county seal discontinued 15 years ago, yet the company's original had a seal issued only 8 years ago. Silence. The prosecutor blinked. The judge frowned. Then Marcus asked to read one sentence from state property code. The judge laughed again. This should be good. Marcus recited it from memory, word for word. A transfer involving inherited black farmland required all heirs be notified by certified service. Marcus held up green postal receipts. Never filed. Never disclosed. The courtroom shifted. The prosecutor objected. Too late. Marcus pointed to a date buried in the company's filing. It matched a voice recording he had tucked inside a Bible for months. A developer, caught on voicemail, saying, "Push it through before the old man figures out the heirs clause." The judge ordered the recording played. And when that voice filled the courtroom, nobody laughed. The same judge who mocked him began reading the case file himself. Slower. Paler. Then he found something worse. The prosecutor had withheld a county survey proving Marcus's family owned the land before the company even existed. The judge looked at the prosecutor. "Did you conceal this from the court?" No answer. A witness, an elderly clerk near retirement, stood up trembling and admitted she'd been pressured to alter records. Everything broke at once. The judge vacated the charges, ordered an investigation on the spot. Deputies moved, not toward Marcus, but toward the men who had tried to bury him. Marcus didn't smile. He just looked at his granddaughter in the gallery while she cried. Then the judge, voice cracking, asked Marcus why he had memorized that law. And Marcus said, "Because you left me no other way to survive." Before they led the prosecutor out, he turned to Marcus and whispered he was sorry. But Marcus only answered with the words that ended that courtroom forever. "The black man you mocked was the lawful owner, the true witness, and the only one in this room who never lied."